I'm here. I'm face on. Um, I've got my iPad down there, so I'm just keep checking that to see if I'm on. So yeah, a bit later today because I was tired. I had a busy day yesterday, and I've been playing with my new stands and lights and things. Wanted to get it sorted. So I've been sort of practicing, and we'll see if it works when I try and sort of transition from up to down, which is sort of kind of what I've been trying to work out. So I'm just waiting to see if I am in the right place before I go any further. And it looks like I am. And so when I tried this earlier, because last week I had trouble, excuse me, seeing comments, and when I did it earlier I did manage to get it sorted. Oh, let me turn my volume off, and there was a button I had to press, and in order to see comments. So I think I've done that now, and it's telling me somebody's watching, but I think that's me. So it's an odd time, so it might be that it's not a great time for people to tune in, and that's okay. You can watch it back later, and it will of course be on YouTube. Usually put it on YouTube on a Monday. Okay, so yeah, this new setup, bit of a mess behind, but you know, here we are. So I'm actually filming this at my stamp desk, and I've got a new I'm doing that because I'm pointing at it. I've got a new Archon stand. That was my birthday present to myself, and I'm hoping that it'll make life a little bit easier and hold my camera steady all the time, and it's in the right place, and it will make doing lives do you know, I didn't even bring the water up, doing lives a little bit better. So yeah, so I'm gonna now go down to my stamp desk so I can show you a couple of handmade cards that I've got, and I got my new birthday present. That's what I treated myself to, and then we're gonna stamp with this. I've set the stamps up already, but I haven't stamped yet, so quite excited. We'll make something with that. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around so that it's facing in the opposite direction, and the screen will go black so that I don't make you sick. If I've managed to do what I was planning on doing correctly, that's what we should be doing. Okay, so turning the camera around now, it'll go black, and it will all come to life again when we're face down. There we go. Move that up a little bit. I think we're cooking on gas. I think that's okay. Hope that's light enough. Right then. So let's get started. So first off, I got a lovely card from my friend Jill, who is Paper Daisy Crafting on YouTube and on her blog, and she made me this lovely card. And what's lovely about this card is she cased me to make it. When I opened it, I went, oh, that's beautiful, that's familiar. Oh yeah, it's one of my designs. So I did a one sheet wonder, oh gosh, maybe 2 years ago now, using 6x6, and I did these cards, but I did them onto note cards. So Jill's made it a little bit bigger, and she's used my favourite paper and my favourite colour, Blackberry Bliss. So I love everything about it. It's just gorgeous. So I was really, really pleased when I opened that. And then I got another handmade card here. I'm in a card swap, and this arrived today, and it was just so lovely that it arrived on my birthday. Yeah, that's really beautiful, and the theme for this card swap was simple stamping, so it's just stamping with some added little bits of sort of Winker Stella or glitter and some gems, so it's really nice. And this is from Nikki Wales, and yeah, she made me this lovely card, and I sent her one as well. So yeah, that's really, really nice. Really pleased with that. So let's get stamping with Very First Sight. And I don't know why it's taking me so long to buy Very First Sight, but you know, there we go. You can't buy everything all at once, can you? So so yes, I bought that, and I bought it because I like vintage look. I like a little bit of shabby chic. I like my scrapbooking, and I thought these sort of elements would look lovely for scrapbooking and all those things, and shabby chic, and so vintage. So I've got my colour palette here. So I've got out the neutrals. I haven't got the greys. Well, I've got granite grey, but that's like kind of in this sort of brownie range as well. I've got Merry Merlot, Mossy Meadow, because I was thinking that for the leaves, and then I've got the browns, Sahara Sand Crumb Cakes, Soft Suede, Early Espresso, and I thought my grey granite would go in there as well. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I've got them out to have a go. I've got my chamois already at the side. I haven't got my blocks. What a wally. Let's get me blocks. I'm just going to bring my blocks in. So this is my little desk tidy that I bought. It's for makeup really, but hi Pat. Yeah, it fits my blocks really nicely, so quite pleased with that. So I'm gonna put that one on that one, I think. So I'm going to get them all mounted up, ready for a play. I think that one will have to go on there. Hi Pat, thanks for joining me. I'm really pleased. I can see it on my iPad, so so that's worked. There was like a button that you had to turn comments on and off on. I've kept that because I'm thinking I might use it. Now where's me big block? There it is. I knew I had it. There, so we'll have that one. Gonna mount them all, and not sure what I'm gonna make yet. But I like to get them all stamped anyway. Will that fit on one of these? Yes, cooking on gas. So stick that on there. So that's them all mounted. And I've kept that in there. I've peeled off the backing and stuck it in there for now to so that they I know if I've got them all in there. So there they are, all mounted. So now I want some paper. So I got Very Vanilla. I thought I'd stamp on Very Vanilla, and then I might mount it on some other things. But I thought what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp, and then I might sort of cut this down into a mat for a card when I fancy it. So I'm going to do that as a background. So I want something quite light for that in the background. So I might go for Sahara Sand. To have that stamped in the background, and it's quite big, that, isn't it? So just going to put it down there, yeah, like that. Going to stick that on my chamois. Then my thoughts were put the leaves down the side, so I've got some Mossy Meadow for that. So I'm going to do a bit of that. Now I might have, do I want the leaves coming up or coming down? Kind of thinking cascading down a bit. Overlapping. Yeah, I like it because it's like this sort of distinctive that we get now. So you've got variations of colour as you've stamped. So like that. So I'm just gonna clean that on my chamois, which is just off to the side. I put my chamois in the washing machine. I'll show you. So that's been in the washing machine. So it is slightly cleaner than it was, because that was really densely black. Yeah, they just go that colour, but they will clean and be clean. So it's okay. Right, so we've done that. What else have we got? So then we've got this sort of frame thing. I'm gonna maybe do, wonder what early espresso will look like. It's quite dark, so I don't know. So let's have a little try. Which way up do I want it? They're pretty much the same up or down, isn't it? So let's put a little bit of a frame up there. I really like this sort of having all these elements, and to have like a vintage scrapbook. I kind of liked that sort of look to it. And then I might put, let's go all out and put a little bit of a border, and we may as well use the Merry Merlot because I've got it, and see how that will look. Put a little bit of that there, and then I might put another one up there. Just trying things out. And then I think I would stamp a sentiment, but I will cut the sentiment out and stick it on the top. Have it matted. I might even use stitch framelits for this. So I'm going to put this over here. Yeah. I'm going to stamp them all, then I can decide what sentiment I want. And then, oh, nice little thank you. Which would probably fit in the frame. You'd probably need to use the Stamparatus though to do that. So, I'm going to give those a bit of a scrub on my chamois to make sure they're nicely cleaned. Do love Merry Merlot. I think when these new colours came in, that was the first one on my order. Right, so now I want to see if I can cut those out, maybe with some stitched frames. Let me get me. Oh no, that's not them. There we go. I'm thinking maybe one of these long ones would fit. Let's have a little look. So you'd have to do that in the process of making it longer, which I have done, because that won't fit either, will it? That Have a Beautiful Day is not quite right for that either. But I might cut that out of a frame, or I might rip it. Ripping might be nice for a shabby chic, actually, when you think about it. Could rip them all, couldn't I? Let's rip them all. Right, so to rip nicely, paintbrush is a good idea, and it kind of softens the fibres in the paper as you're ripping, and it kind of gives you a little bit more control. So I'm gonna just brush up there a bit, not quite straight. May as well go all the way up to the end. So that now makes that paper a little bit weaker there, and it kind of helps with the ripping. Now that's ripping that way, and it's like that on the other side, so I might do it the other way on this side. So I might, instead of pulling that one up, pull it down. No, I don't actually think I did any different there. Helps if you have a memory. There. There we go. Yep, distress the edges. Yes, Pat, that was my thoughts. Which I might do with soft suede. Oh, and as I've dragged water up there, I've made that ink bleed, but that's okay. So there we go. A little bit of ripping there. And then we will get the soft suede, I think. I think that one, or should I do crumb cake? I might do crumb cake, and then I might actually do a crumb cake card base, actually. Now I've got some sponges, and I'm really good at not labelling my boxes to know which box has got the crumb cake in. That looks like soft suede, and that looks like crumb cake. My plan is to have a box for each colour family. Yeah, that's soft suede, that's crumb cake. And that's fallen on the floor. So there we go, yeah. Quite like that. Been making a few clean and simple cards, so this is a bit different. There we go. Yep, I might do a little bit more on the end there. I might come in that way so we get the darker bits on the edge. It looks a little bit like it's been slightly burnt. Oh yeah, I've got a little bit of a tickle. There we go. A bit more at the end here, I think. Like that. Might now try a bit of soft suede to make the edges just a little bit darker. There we go. Yep, I think that's all right. Right, so now I want to get that out. I might just rip that. So rip that along there. There we go. Without the water, ripping like that, you could have ripped all the way down, and I wouldn't want that, would we? So rip that way. There we go. And then just down the ends. There we go. This, I suppose, is a little bit like simple stamping because we're not using any punches or any dies. So if you haven't got much equipment, you could easily do this. So that needs distressing. So let's get the two again. My phone's ringing. It's a mobile that I don't recognise, so That's the good thing about now. I've got a filming phone and a phone that that would have normally interrupted the filming process. Somebody ringing, and it would have stopped, which would have been a nightmare. So I've been properly treating myself with my birthday coming up. Well, to be fair, buying that was last year's birthday present. I just never saw what I really wanted. So there we go. Gonna do a bit of soft suede as well on that. Water is really a great tip. Thanks, Andrea. I didn't know. I learnt it. I didn't. Obviously, most tips, most things we learn from other people, and I think I read it in a book when I first started scrapbooking. I actually bought books. I think it was before YouTube, and so yeah, I think I bought a basic scrapbooking book, and it was that said about using water. And I did buy one of those ripping tools. They're like a heavy metal like ruler, but it's got like different serrated edges, well not serrated, but like ripped edges that are different patterned, which is quite cool, but that is still quite uniform. I quite like the doing it sort of let nature take its course sort of thing. Right, so there we go. Quite like that. So we need a bit of a base. So I want a crumb cake base. So I think that one's I need to just cut that to card base size, which is there. And then score it down the middle. There we go. That's that. I do like crumb cake and very vanilla when I'm doing sort of shabby chic stuff. Right. So I might have that. So I want something on the background. So I might could do a bit of I might stamp that script over the background. I think that might be quite nice. And I might do it in Sahara sand so that it's even lighter. I think that'll be nice. I'll put one up the edge there. One down here. Let's have a little look. I might fill those gaps in. Maybe not. Bit of me thinks we might need a little bit of ribbon. Might be nice. We've got lace, haven't we? We've got some lace here, and we've got this duo ribbon, haven't we, as well, which has got that lovely linen thread as well. So what shall I go for? Kind of loses it all, doesn't it, when you do that? Do you know? No, it does need to be that way. What do you think? I could put the ribbon, the lace underneath that. Put that on top, and then maybe tie a little linen thread bow. What do we think? Might distress that ribbon a little bit. Not really huge lace fan, but it does look good in these sort of cards. So I might go over with some soft suede, give it a little bit of a more of an aged look, so it looks like it's maybe Mrs. Havisham's been wearing it. It does look a little bit less new. That's a better colour, isn't it? Less in your face. Prefer that. I do feel the background needs a little bit of something. Needs something to sort of frame it, I think. Maybe a frame. Maybe a bit of DSP. Let me have a little look in the neutrals. DSP. I suddenly thought that's not neutrals, but yes, Night Navy is in the neutrals, isn't it? Maybe curl up a corner on the very vanilla. On this bit. Yep. I could try that. I just want something underneath it. Maybe not that, it's exactly the same colour, isn't it? What about Sahara Sand? Is that the only bit of Sahara Sand I got left? Nope, got that bit. I could add some distress in to the edges and maybe just put a little bit of that underneath. Nah, don't like that. Bit of Merry Merlot. Just rip a bit of Merry Merlot underneath. Bring out the Merry Merlot on the top. Might work. So I might cut a bit of this. So I don't waste a whole sheet. Do a bit of ripping, and then I will curl the edges like you say, Andrew. I think that would be nice. So I might put a strip of that down the middle, curl those edges a little bit, bit of lace, bit of that. Yeah. What do you think? Let's try these edges. Curled up a bit. And then I might distress the other side as well. Perfect. Thank you, Pat. Get there in the end, don't we? I'll do a little bit of distressing on this bit as well. Yep. So we'll give this a rip and then we'll do the ends. So let's just rip that down the end. That's nice. It's showing the white core of the paper, which will take to being distressed quite nicely, won't it? See lots of colour. I find it hard to talk and think at the same time. So where is my ink pad? Can't have gone far. Did it fall on the floor? Oh, it's under there. Oh dear. And I actually want to cover up the white in this as well, so I might go over it a bit so that those white bits of the DSP is covered over. Under your card, yeah, thanks. There's a delay with the comments, so it's probably not a delay on the actual phone that I'm filming, but on the iPad that I'm looking at, there is a bit of a delay. But I did find it in the end. Right, so I want to go on the back ends of these. There we go. Oh, proper tickle in my throat. There we go. Now I'm deciding if I want to just have these bits cut so that it's straight on the edge of the card, or shall I have them, might have them ripped off and folded over as well. Actually, and I might curl them a little bit and all. DSP doesn't wet quite so much. I think it's because it's got coating on, whereas the card does. There we go. Use a sponge, Judge, don't be lazy. Although that has given us some nice little dark bits. So I do quite like that. I've seen the script on the other side. Don't know if that wouldn't have looked better. But I haven't ripped it to have the white core, so I'm leaving it as this. Just saw you live. Watching it at the dentist office. Nice. I'd need something to distract me if I was at a dentist. God, I hate them. So do you work at the dentist, Fran, or are you waiting to have your teeth done? My dentist's decided to move to the other side of town. Doesn't take much for me to decide not to go to the dentist. Moving to the other side of town was the perfect excuse. There we go. Bit of that, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. So it's whether or not I want that to the side or down the centre. Down the centre, to the side. Oh, you're waiting, Fran. Ooh. Not my favourite thing. Dentists. To the side or... What should we think? What do we reckon? I'll just tidy these away a minute whilst we're thinking about it. I might tie myself a little bow with this linen thread. That seems to be the end of that linen thread. And stick that on. To the side. Thank you, Andrea. And I might stick that somewhere. So let's start gluing on. So, moving gubbins out the way. And let's get some glue. So we'll stick that one down. I don't know if I could do with ripping a little bit more off. Just going to go for it. Pat side as well. Right, side it is. Don't want anything uniform on this card, do we? There we go. Right, this needs to go round, so I'm going to get a bit of fast fuse, stick that down quickly. I don't know how long I've been, but it is what it is, isn't it? And it is my birthday, and I will be as long as I want. Going out for a curry tonight. Haven't been out for a curry for a very long time. Going to our favourite Indian. Going to the Bengal Lounge on Prinny Ave. I thought I would give them a plug. It's my favourite Indian. It's lush. And I'm quite boring. I have the same thing every time. Well, actually, the last time we went, I actually tried something different. And that made me realise why I never try anything different, because it wasn't as, well, you know, it was a nice enough curry, but it wasn't what I love. Thank you, Fran. As my mother-in-law said in her card, 21 again. Been 21 a lot. There we go. Stick that on. Gosh, I haven't done shabby chic for such a long time. I've forgotten how much I enjoy it. And my thoughts for this set was scrapbooking. Love shabby chic look in a scrapbook. That would just be lovely on a scrapbook page. Right, I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Hey, it's my birthday. I'm going to put 4 on. In the chair now, so going to have to jump off soon. Yeah, that must be weird for the dentist. We're sitting there watching somebody on Facebook. Although I would want things distracting me. I did actually go to the dentist once with headphones and loud music, so I couldn't hear well, in theory, couldn't hear the drill. Couldn't hear the drill, could still feel it. Want the drill? It was I was having that awful cleaning thing that you have when they pull your gums back and clean underneath. Absolute nightmare for somebody with dentist phobia. There we go, and then let's stick a little bow on there. Let's trim that off. Shabby chic's my favourite, is it, Pat? Yeah. I really like it. I also like, well, I like all sorts of styles. I suddenly thought the other day, what is my style? And I'd probably say eclectic. Don't have a single style. Now, I don't quite know what to do with that, if I want to do anything. Because I don't want it to cover up the words at all. Could just stick it on the side. Any thoughts? Where to stick this? Or not bother? Could do some pearls as well, couldn't I? I'm going to get a blue dot, roll it up. Rolling, rolling, rolling like the river. I really shouldn't sing. There we go. Stick that on the back. Any thoughts? No thoughts? Oh, it's telling me the battery's low. I'm going to stick it there. Going to stick it there. And I might call that a day. What do we think? That's quite cute. Does it need some pearls? Maybe a couple in the corner there? Don't like that, they're all stuck together. Let me put actually they look too clean. They look too clean. Gonna leave them. Gonna leave them. There we go. Gonna leave it as that. Thank you for joining me today. And yeah, thanks for all the birthday wishes for everybody. It's been lovely. And I hope that the transition from face on to face down was okay. I shall watch it back and sort of make some decisions about it. Okay, thanks Pat. And yeah, I'm sure I will enjoy my curry. I might take a picture and chuck it on Instagram. Okay, see you again next week. Bye.